100 beers. I made it. What started out as a small, barely known beer blog has quickly evolved into a small, barely known beer blog. But here I am, 100 beers into Whosisbrew. It's been an amazing experience just to share all this wonderful content with you and review beers every week and put my body through all sorts of punishments so that you can get great content every single week. But here we are at the Ale and Witch Pub in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's my favorite spot in New Jersey. It's my favorite spot in New Brunswick. It's a great bar. It's just one of the great hangouts in the spot. Great beer selection, great people, great times, and 100 beers. And I was like, what beer should I do? What should be the beer to just encapsulate all it is Whosisbrew, number 100? And I decided on Arrogant Bastard Ale. So we'll be reviewing that one here today. And Stone has really not made many appearances on Whosisbrew. They probably should make more appearances on Whosisbrew, to be honest with you. I've only done the Stone Smoke Porter, which is fantastic, but I figured honoring them with the 100th review would be appropriate. And this is definitely one of the more popular beers, the Arrogant Bastard Ale. It's an American strong ale, which is basically just a beer that's going to knock you on your ass. Alcohol is usually somewhere between 7 and 5 million, so it's just a great beer, just to savor all sorts of complex flavors and just take in a nice hit of alcohol right on the palate right away. But it can be very complex beers if you're willing to search for that complexity, and today we're going to have one of the best ones you can find. Pretty, ain't it? What you notice right away when you have this beer is that even though it's high in alcohol, it doesn't taste like it. You get a little bit of hit from the alcohol, but it's really not that much at all. It's just so complex. There's so much flavor going on in this beer. I mean, it's very reminiscent of like a barley wine or an old ale or some kind of one of the stronger English beers. There's kind of like an American kick to it. This is kind of like that English beer style that's been taken and put with American ingredients. So there's kind of like a nice, just kind of piney, resiny, kind of oily note to the beer. But the malt in it is also very complex. I get like a little, mostly caramel. It's kind of a buttery, kind of just really kind of smoothens the mouthfeel very nice, and some cinnamon and honey and some of those more earthier spices. But it's really just a fantastic beer. The mouthfeel is just not punishing at all. It's so smooth for this style, it's unbelievable. There's really just very little bite. You can taste all the flavors. It goes down beautifully. This is really one of Stone's finest and just a really, really delicious beer. And you'd be doing yourself a favor by having it, because there's a lot going on in this beer. For the alcohol content, it's very painless. Just a great, great, great beer. Alright, so I know yes, this is a very small beer blog, but you know what, it's a lot of fun to do, and there's still been a lot of support, and you know, writing for as many of you as I do has been a pleasure. I just want to take the time to thank some of you. John, who's behind the camera right now, hosts the site and does a great job at it. My girlfriend Stephanie Legrand is wonderful and supports everything I do. John's girlfriend Jen Wyckoff is also wonderful and supports everything we do. The Tumblers that have been following us since day one, Wormholes, The Blager, There's a Year in My Beer, The Prophet Drinks, and all these other great beer blogs, not even beer blogs, that follow the blog and just comment on it every day and say that we do such a great job. You're what makes me want to do this every day, and you're great. Just keep supporting us, because it's my fuel pretty much. And also Harvest Moon Brewery. It was a pleasure to interview Colin McDonald, the brewmaster there. It was so much fun. Really, you know, it's been nice getting to know him and coming to Harvest Moon and meeting all the homebrewers there. It's an honor to hang out with you guys. You're all great people. Thanks for reading the blog, and just keep reading, because this is not something I plan on stopping anytime soon.
Thank you so much for watching and reading all these 100 reviews. It's been a pleasure to do them for you. Here's to another 100. Thank you so much. This is really good. Yes, it is.